In 2015, when Apple Music launched, everyone thought Spotify was finished. Apple had everything. 1 billion iPhone users, unlimited money. iTunes dominated music for a decade. Spotify, a Swedish startup barely profitable, now facing the biggest tech company on the planet. This is how the underdog won. June 2015. Apple announces Apple Music. Tim Cook walked on stage knowing everyone thought Spotify is done. Apple had every advantage. iTunes controlled music for over a decade. They had relationships with every record label. 1 billion iPhones with Apple Music pre-installed. Instant distribution, $200 billion in cash. They could lose money for years just to kill Spotify. And exclusive deals. Drake, Taylor Swift, Frank Ocean. Want new albums? You needed Apple Music. Wall Street wrote Spotify's obituary. Investors panicked, but Spotify's CEO, Daniel Ek, refused to give up. Instead of competing on Apple's terms, Spotify focused on what they did better, the product. 2015, Spotify launched Discover Weekly, a personalized playlist that actually understood your taste. Magic. Apple Music's recommendations? Terrible. Generic. Spotify's app was built for discovery. Playlists. Daily mixes. The UI was smooth, intuitive, fun. Apple Music? Confusing, cluttered. Nobody knew how to use it. Here's the genius move. Spotify kept their free tier. Apple Music was $10 a month. Period. Spotify? Free with ads. Get hooked, then pay to remove them. Students, teenagers, people in poor countries. They all chose Spotify. Apple chased premium subscribers. Spotify built an empire of users. But Apple wasn't playing fair. Subscribe to Spotify through the iPhone app? Apple took 30%. That's $3 out of every $10. Spotify couldn't tell users to subscribe cheaper on the website. Apple banned it. Apple Music charged $10 and kept it all. Spotify had to charge $13 or lose money. 2019, Spotify sued. They filed an antitrust complaint with the European Union. Apple was abusing its power, using the App Store as a weapon. The EU investigated. 2024, they sided with Spotify. Apple was fined $2 billion and forced to change App Store rules. Spotify didn't just win in court, they changed the game for every developer on Earth. Today, the numbers are clear. Spotify, 600 million users, 236 million paying subscribers. Apple Music, 100 million total. Spotify expanded into podcasts, signed Joe Rogan for $200 million, built an audio empire. Apple Music, still just music. Spotify Wrapped became a cultural phenomenon. Every December, millions share their stats. Free viral marketing. Apple tried to copy it. Nobody cared. Spotify dominates 180-plus countries. Europe, Latin America, Asia. Apple Music? Mostly the U.S. So how did Spotify win? They didn't outspend Apple. They couldn't. They built a better product, focused on user experience, made discovery effortless. They fought when they had to, sued Apple, won. They proved that against the biggest tech giant, a better product and relentless focus can win. From Swedish startup to 600 million users.